Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about a missing person who was just a teenager when she went missing, and now she would be like 46. So I'm going to talk about Cleashindra Hall. And before we talk about her, let's all remember the month we graduated high school and how exciting that was, and how much we had on our mind, and how busy we were planning our graduation, our class trip. It was just an exciting time that shouldn't have been taken away from anyone, but it was taken away from Cleashindra. So she was a teenager. She was 2 weeks away from graduating high school. She was an honors student, and she was in the pre-med program at Tennessee State University. So it sounds like she wanted to be in the medical field or a doctor. So she got an after-school job at Dr. Larry Amos's house. He had a home office. So she would call her parents after she was done working, and they would come pick her up. So it was like a normal routine. So on May 9th, 1994, she called her mother at 8 p.m., but said she wasn't ready to come home yet. She said she would call her mom back when she needed a ride. But she never called her mom, and she hasn't been seen since. So, of course, everyone's like, well, Dr. Amos, like, what happened? Well, he said that she got into a car with an unknown person, and that was like the last he saw her. So, meanwhile, her mother fell asleep waiting for her phone call. So, her mom didn't wake up till 1 a.m. and then realized she was missing. So, basically, when her mother first reported her missing, it was back when they were like, oh, she has to be gone 24 hours. So the theories were, oh, she might have tried to walk home because maybe her mom didn't answer the phone and she was abducted on her way home. So it wasn't for 2 weeks after she disappeared, they finally searched Dr. Amos's house, which was also the office where she was last seen. The police said there was no signs of a struggle. They didn't find any evidence that she had been injured or attacked. But the mother said, he had 2 weeks to clean up, so he was considered a person of interest. But the police decided she must have left with someone she knew. So basically, she hasn't been seen since. And her parents say, or her mother says this is very unlike her. She wouldn't just leave like this. And I agree. Like, looking at all the pictures of her, she seems like she's got her life together. She knows what she wants out of life. She doesn't have a look like she is troubled, just judging from the pictures, but also judging from what was going on in her life. She was working at a doctor's office. She had got accepted to a pre-med program. These are not things that kids that run away have on their plate. So I always like to give my idea of what could have happened. Obviously, the first thing is Dr. Amos had something to do with her disappearance. Maybe he always thought she was pretty, and he knew it was getting to be the end of her working for him, and he just maybe he kidnapped her and held her captive, and maybe she's actually still alive somewhere. Now, the other thought is if her mother has a boyfriend or there's a stepfather or something, maybe Clea called that second time and her mother was asleep, but the boyfriend woke up and answered the phone, or the stepfather, and he said he'd come pick her up. And then he did something with Cleashindra. So those are my two thoughts. I don't think that she would have walked home. I don't really feel like that's what happened. I feel like it was either the doctor or her mother had a boyfriend or a stepfather or something. From what I've seen, the mother is very active in her search for her, or was very active. So I don't really feel like her mother had anything to do with it. And you might be thinking, why would I even think that? But you have to think of all scenarios. You can't just be focused on the most obvious. So, if she had a troubled mother, her mother could just be saying that she said she would call back and never did. And maybe the mother actually picked her up and there was an argument and something happened. So, you have to think of every scenario. So I guess I should think of the scenario that she walked home and got kidnapped. So that could be a thing too. Now, what I would like to know is if Dr. Amos saw her get into a car, is this something that he normally did? Did he normally watch her get into the car when she got picked up? Did he normally peek out the window and watch her get picked up? Or does he usually not even see her get picked up? Because I think it's a little suspicious that he saw her get picked up, almost like he had to say that because he had to have a reason why she wouldn't still be at his place. So if he's guilty, of course he could be making up that he saw her get into a car and drove away, because otherwise he would be the last person to see her. But I just want to draw attention to this case, and I guess I should have been showing you this sunset over here on my left. It's so pretty, and you could see it in my rearview mirror too. But I just wanted to let you know about this case, and I'll see you in the next one.
You told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away.